80% of the UK working adults dislike their job. That is absolutely horrific. And in today's video, we're going to address it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, hopefully I'm going to offer a bit of an insight if you are going through any of the following in part-time employment or full-time employment. I always get reminded to say part-time employment as well, because I just referred to employment. I do mean the same, by the way. However, harassment, anxiety, bullying, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, internal issues, HR problems, investigations. There's so many, and I know so many people have not got the confidence to, one, deal with it, and secondly, they don't actually know what to do. So hopefully in this video, it's going to relate to you, and I hope that we're going to offer a situation where you can go from point A to point B, and I'm going to offer some advice which you can go ahead and implement straight away. So if you followed me for a little while, you know that I'll do content around how to overcome problems in the workplace. I'm also talking from experience, so I've seen it firsthand. And just as a side note, I actually and personally didn't have many issues myself in employment. I'll give you a case study. Long time ago when I was working employment, and I did just shy of 10 years, I took a grievance out on the most senior ranking person on my site. I won it, and guess what? I was left alone. But my type of personality is very bullish. I'm very thick-skinned. I know who I am. I'm not really bothered by other people. I'm very much in my own lane, and that served me extremely well in the workplace because I wasn't looking to please other people, which more people need to take note of. Stop worrying about comparison. Stop worrying about judgment. Realize you're a human. Other people are a human. Gives a lot of clarity as well. If I was asked to do something, not a problem, and it should be the same for you. However, if it doesn't make logical sense and you have a better, you have a better idea, you have a smoother way of doing things, and perhaps you want to bring that up, as long as it's X, Y, and Z and it ticks all the boxes and it makes sense, you should be able to propose that. You know, bias for action. Not enough people do that in the workplace. A lot of people fear for poking their head above the parapet. If people are being bullied, they don't tend to push back against the managers. If a senior person comes on site, it's all hands on deck, roll the red carpet out and brown nose. These are not good habits to get into in the workplace because you lose yourself. In today's society, everyone is defined by a title. And what I mean by a title is if you meet up with people or you go anywhere, put out a bit of content saying if you go to a barbecue and you get talking to people you don't know and they say, what do you do? The first thing you do is you talk about what your profession is. And that is drilled into you. Well, I'm Aaron and I am a night worker, whatever it is, but we always refer to our title. You won't say, I'm Aaron, I'm interested in this and I do this, I'm a family man, you know, I've got hobbies. You typically talk about your profession. I don't think that's healthy. We get too consumed by our job. No one realizes the amount of possibilities that are out there. Hence why I've always turned around and said, if your workplace is affecting your mental health, where you are leaving work, you're thinking about it, you're worried about a manager, you don't like working with a co-worker, it's affecting your partner and your children, you can't really switch off when you're outside of work, that's not a good sign. And there's only one thing to do in that case. If you're asking me, you leave, you go get another job. Absolutely fine. There's no point in trying to flog a dead horse and holding on to something that's never going to change. I'll also say this, it's very hard to fight against the corporate world because I've spoken about this on a podcast with Rebecca P. Fox. You can't really fight a system that's been integrated for years and years and years, learning how to get rid of people. It's in the system. It's very hard to win. I was very lucky really to win my grievance, and it's only because it was so rare that I actually had people that backed me up. That's the other thing, is understanding that when you're having these chats with work colleagues and they're saying, I've got your back and I've got your back. And the reason I talk about this in my content a lot is because they haven't actually got your back. Because everyone has an agenda. Everyone is in political competition. You're not feeding someone else's family. And the sooner you can wake up and smell that, the sooner you'll look after yourself and you'll start making better decisions. Which now brings me on to emotional mastery. If you're being bullied, if you're suffering from anxiety, you hate going in, you're dreading seeing someone, did you implement from the beginning, when you started that job, emotional mastery? So Aaron, what is emotional mastery? What it is knowing when to curb it, not to reveal all of your cards, not to tell everyone in the workplace who you are, what you do, and how many kids you have, how tall they are, and what colour your dog is. You don't need to tell them that. Now, some people will say, yeah, but you've got to spend 40, 50 hours there every week. Yeah, okay, you be likeable, you be nice, but you understand your worth, your value. Keep things hush-hush, look after yourself, earn the dollar, pay the bills, and what my message would be, and it always has been, explore other things outside of work, side hustles, learn outside of work, put some effort and time into yourself. I want to ask everyone watching this, why do you value and accept 11, 12, 13 pound an hour? I value myself at around about 150 pound an hour. And your question might be, well, where have you plucked that figure out from? Well, that's a decade of niching and learning a skill set, multiple skill sets, which I've turned into currency, essentially, my knowledge into currency, where I'm able to help other people, but I'm not able to help. I have proof of concept. So I've learned something outside of my workplace. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot to learn skill set wise about people management, how to communicate, people from different backgrounds, and then you can implement that outside of work. So the best way to overcome all the problems that you're having right now is make a change. Do something outside of work. Be disciplined, have accountability, ownership. I say this bluntly and I mean it with all the love in the world, get a backbone. When we used to have people come on our site and they used to say to me, Aaron, there is a senior person coming on the site. We've got to clear up everything. Are you going to come to the big meeting when they're down here? I used to say no. Why? Is it going to affect my role personally? Well, no, but it's just that they're like this level. Right, okay, so they're earning more than I am. Well, they weren't, to be quite frank, they weren't, but no one knew that. And I used to think, why have I got to be in that meeting? A little bit of reflection time, evaluate what you want from life. How much is it affecting you? If you're being bullied, why haven't you sorted it out? Why can't you leave? Is it finances? And if it's finances, I want to look at what you're spending outside of work. Well, Aaron, I really need to leave my job, but I can't because of my finances. Right, how much do you spend a week on fags and booze? Your car, your finance, your clothes, restaurant meals, going to Thorpe Park, going on holidays. Let me have a look at your finances. I'll find you money. Well, the thing is, Aaron, I'm a single parent. There's millions in your situation. So I hope what you're taking from this video so far is I'm trying to avoid excuses and more solutions to the problem that you might be having. Everyone has an option. You can overcome it all, but I do believe there are traits that you need to start implementing in the workplace. If you've told too much and you've said things that you shouldn't have and you're in a bad place, you leave and you start again, blank canvas. So I hope you've taken this with all the love in the world, because I'm quite blunt when I say this, but I really feel that everyone can change their circumstances. I have something really exciting called the Employment Breakout program, which helps people who are in these situations that want to earn more money, that want to change their lives, that want to provide for their families, and everyone can do it. So if you would like to know more, all the links will be in the description below. If you want any specific videos on how to overcome things in the employed world, and you want my bullish, realistic opinion on how to do it, feel free to get in touch. Please do hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon.